Good afternoon. We are back at the Convention Center here in San Juan, Puerto Rico for the Predator World 8-Ball Championships. Great matchup for you here. The reigning World 8-Ball Champion from 2012, Chang JUNG-LIN, against the horseman from Holland. It's Tim de RUYTER. Your referee for this one is Dwayne Payne, and your timekeeper on the 30-second shot clock, I nearly said that, is Lance Bromelin. It's WPA rules, race to 8, call shot, and calling the shots with me in the booth is Juan Antonio Robles.
How are you, buddy? It's great to be here again. What a matchup. Defending champion, 10 years running, Chang JUNG-LIN, versus our buddy, fellow commentator, Tim de RUYTER. If you ever get the opportunity to come here to El Centro de Convenciones de Puerto Rico here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, you will want to come back over and over and over. It's just that beautiful, and the action around it, even the district T-Mobile Center across the convention center is absolutely phenomenal.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Now, he could have broken off a little bit better there though, Chang, not making a ball. I've just been commentating the Tyler Steyer match against Joey Tate, which went hill-hill. Tyler was breaking like a monster. I think he had 2 dry breaks in all.
You have to break like a monster playing 8-ball.
Yeah, it's so important, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately, Tim missed a 6-ball there, but either way, it's a tough rack. It's a tough rack. The one is tied up. That little cluster there between the 12, 13, 3, 4, at least the 3 and 4 have a pocket. 12 goes in. It all depends. It all depends on your pattern selection here. I like what Chang's doing here because he knows that if he doesn't end up breaking out the 14, he at least has an open bank and a big pocket with the 7 there near the side pocket, the opposite side pocket.
Is he going at it now?
I don't think so.
No.
I think he's going to play position. Well, he might play position for the bank here and then use the 11 to get to the 8. That's exactly what he did. Did he get there? No.
No, he's going to change your plan then.
Well, the thing is that when you go for a bank like that, the reason why leaving the 11 ball there is smart, Mark, is because when you shoot the bank on the 14, he's going to have the 11 as an insurance shot.
Yeah, good point. All about options, isn't it? This.
Well, he decided to do it now. So I guess he's playing position for the 10 instead. Because if he gets in 10, then the 12, roll it over for the 11, and he's in good shape.
Perfect.
You know, he just taps it in, plays position for the 12 in the opposite pocket, trying to get straight. And it might even go on the other side.
The longest ever reigning champion, as you said. Last played, of course, in 2012. That's why he's still the champion 10 years later. But he officially is the champion.
It's not so much he overhit. I think he overspun it with inside spin. So he might have an angle going to the 4. And if he does, he might have to hit this with some speed so that after he hits the 4, cue ball continues to roll forward for the 11. Let's see. We're about to find out. You know, he can always, if he has enough angle, he can always try to come off the right side of the 3 ball and have the cue ball trickle on that side. Just got to make sure that the 3 ball doesn't end up blocking the 8.
I think that's what he's doing because he's digging down. I mean, I know he's digging down anyway because he's over a ball, but you're right. He's
he went on the other side. He went on the other side.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Just a little nervy one in the first rack here. This 11 ball.
Yeah, he's going to focus on just making. The cue ball's automatically going to go past in between the 7 and the 8. He's going to leave it about where it's at now, maybe a little further.
Perfectly done. So 8 ball in the corner for a 1 rack lead, and then we're going to see another break, but he needs to improve on the last one.
That was a great opening rack because that was a tough rack.
That was very, very tough, wasn't it? The layout wasn't ideal, but he's done very well indeed there. And there's lots of other games going on at the moment. We also have the World Juniors in action. We have the ladies juniors. We have the under-19s and the under-17s. So lots going on, plus all the other games, which we'll keep you up to date with. If you want to watch any of them, guys, you can go to tv.kazoom.com. Very, very easy registration process now. You just put your email in and you're away. There's also a mobile friendly way to do it as well. So there's Tim de Ruyter sat there. Had one little shot there. Now a little bit about Tim. He's multiple Dutch junior champion. He's national champion as well a few times. He's had a few quarterfinal Euro Tour finishes, and more importantly, in 8-ball there's a tournament in Europe called the Ardennes Cup, and he's reached 2 semi-finals and a final in that. So his 8-ball pedigree is good.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. That's fantastic. Look how hard Chang hit those balls and nothing went in. Look how hard he hit those. He didn't hit him square, though. He didn't hit him square.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's clearly frustrated.
But he's had a little bit of a roll there. Look where that cue ball's ended up.
Yeah, I spoke to Tim a little bit before the match, and he said, I'm going to do what I said in the commentator booth. I'm not going to try to control the cue ball. I'm going to just try to smash the balls as hard as I possibly can. All I want to do is make a ball on the break.
Well, I can't wait for the Tim de Ruyter break.
So he's calling the 3.
Good shot. 4 over the side. Probably run into the 2 off this as well, Tony.
Well, you got to be careful here. If he shoots the 4 and you run into that 12, you don't want to end up tying the 5 with the 11. You have to manage the speed well here. Unless he elevates and tries to draw away from it.
He can dig down, can't he?
Well, he's not digging down, so he has to be careful.
Wants to miss that. That's well played.
Very nice.
Nicely done.
Still, he needs to get rid of the 2 because he's going to need the 6 to get to the 5. He needs to get rid of the 2 to open up the pocket for the 5. Well played. Now he has a nice angle here where he can even shoot the 5 next and use a 5 to get to the 6 and use a 6 for the 7. And play the 8-ball in the corner, either corner pocket, it goes in. Oh, did he overhit that?
He's okay.
No,
he's
good.
5.
He's good. He's good. Very nice shot. I don't know if he's going to need to use the 10 as a stopper, but the problem with using this 10 as a stopper is if you place it in between the 8 and the side pocket, you end up leaving less room to get on the 7. You see? Now you have a little less room to get on the 7, so you have to be more precise with the position on the 7 there. Not bad, though. He should be able to manage this.
He can get over anywhere over that side of near the rail, you know, sort of a foot away off the rail or something. Plenty to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But as you say, this is the big shot in the rack now. He's had a few of them.
And that's the thing, when you run into the 8, he missed the 6. He missed the 6.
Wow, he's missed the 6.
Yeah, but I don't think he needed to hit it that hard. He had enough angle.
Maybe
Is there any way to take a look at the shot again? Oh yeah, he had that that thicker, fuller hit on the ball. See, I think he overhit that a bit.
Has he gone and sat in Chang's chair?
What's that?
I thought Tim was in the other chair to start
Oh.
with. I must have been wrong.
Did he get there? Did he get there? Because he's trying to shoot the 9, I think, to get the 8 out of there. But when he shot the first ball, I thought he was going to shoot it soft enough to where he can pocket it, take the 8 out, and have the 9 as an insurance. He could have shot the ball that he shot now had he hit the first shot softer. See, now it's like this is not really a Geico. If the 8 stops in front of the 14, now he's in a little bit of trouble if he can't make that 12.
Can he make the 12? I think there
If he can
might
make the
just
12,
be enough.
he's out. I don't know if he can see
Surely.
enough to cut it in or if he needs to shoot a combination. I'm not sure, but I know that the only one that really goes here that has a clear path is a 10 ball.
And he won't be shooting that over the 7, will he? Surely.
I think he might not have a choice here.
Well, he's on a shot clock. 30 seconds, 1 extension per rack.
Need to watch a cue ball here going into the 8 if he is able to cut it. Very nice.
Yeah, he
Very
used the
nice.
8. Nicely done. Prize money on offer here this week is absolutely unbelievable. 60,000 to the winner. I believe it's the biggest prize in pool at the moment.
Yeah,
60,000 to the winner.
I know, that's
40
amazing.
to the runner-up. 20 for the
Wow.
semi-finalists. It's just great money.
Unbelievable.
Quarterfinals, 10,000. That's why all the top players are here. Only 2 missing, Sky Woodward and Albin Ocean. They'll be practicing hard for the Mosconi. And they'll be playing not 8 ball this week. They'll be concentrating on 9 ball, that's for sure. Mosconi coming up. End of this month, guys.
I'm surprised Jason Shaw isn't here. I spoke to
Yeah,
him.
Jason's here.
Oh, he is? Okay.
Yeah,
because-
Jason's here.
because
Arrived yesterday.
Because I spoke to him and he told me he was coming to play in the 8 ball and I haven't seen him.
So 1 game each. Yep. So he's here. Previous winners of this tournament. Dennis Orcolo, of course, 2011. Cole Boys, 2010. Ralph Souquet, the Kaiser. He beat Ronnie Alcano in 2008. And Ronnie Alcano actually won it himself in 2007, beating Dennis Orcolo. Wu Zhaijing beating Nick Vandenberg in 2005. Efren Reyes, the first champion, back in 2004. Now, there was something else that happened in 2004. I can't quite remember what it was, but do you know, Tony?
No, I do not.
Who won the BCA World Championship back in 2004?
I don't know. It's a guy, his named Sum Dum Bum, named Tony Robles.
I honestly thought you'd forgotten, and I
Yeah.
thought, no, there's no way he's forgotten that. I'm only saying it because you haven't told me this year yet.
Yeah, that was back in the days when I was a young kid.
Yeah, in New Jersey. Chang breaking off. Well, he
Wow, he
gave
hit those
that everything.
really, really good.
He gave that everything, and if he doesn't make a ball here, well, I'd go home because that was just unbelievable.
I mean, if he didn't make a ball there, that should be against the law.
I mean, look at that. What a break. Now then, what's he going to take? That's the question. That was for you, Tony, that question.
Yeah, well, let me see. I have to be able to see the full table.
That's cheating.
There you go. Now I can see the table. Now we're back in action.
If the 9 goes, that's the next ball for sure.
Yeah, he can shoot the 15. Well, I'm assuming the 15 goes past the 10, but he can also shoot the 13 or just the 10. Can use that to get him 13 in the side if he wants, then roll it forward for the 15 in the opposite side and shoot the 8 ball in the corner. Same corner as the 10.
Well, you're playing in this
There you go.
tournament. When are you up? When are you up?
I'm playing 5 p.m. against a gentleman by the name of Eric Gonzalez, who's one of the top 8-ball players in Puerto Rico. I know him a long time. He's a buddy of mine.
Is he fast though? Is he Speedy Gonzalez?
I haven't watched Eric play in such a long time.
So that crunching break
paid off.
Oh, certainly did. I think we'll be seeing him do that again. So this 8-ball for a 3-rack lead. In it goes. And we're going to go, but not for long. We're going to be back with the rest of this match soon. See you soon, guys. Welcome back to the 2022 Predator World 8-Ball Championships, and there's your 2012 champion smashing that rack once again. 4-railer, no, 10-ball, yes, and the cue ball.
Yeah, but I mean that's more likely to happen if you hit the rack the way he did. Look how much far to the left of the one he hit the cue ball. He wound up going across the table and scratching. Where the previous rack, when he made 2 balls on the break, he stopped the cue ball pretty much in the center of the table.
Yeah.
Now, unlike the BCA rules where when you scratch on the break, it's ball in hand anywhere on the table, for the WPA World 8-Ball Championship is behind the line.
I'm glad you cleared that up. And you must shoot up the table, correct?
That's correct. If you shoot the opposite side, foul.
Got a story which I'll tell you about in between racks about that. Something that happened to me in a tournament in Bangkok in Thailand. Remind me to tell you. It's interesting, unlike most of my other stories.
I like this little pattern that he has here. He can shoot the 9-ball, draw back for the 14, assuming it goes past the 11. And then shoot all 3 of those balls. Did he just miscue?
He's miscued.
Oh,
I think he was stretching quite a bit there.
Yeah.
Looking at the tip, he was stretching though.
Oh, he's lucky he made the ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a 14. I was assuming the 14 goes. Anyway, what I was saying is he plays those 3 balls there and then use a 10 ball, sits on the same side of the table as the 8 to play position in the 8. The end, and the 14 definitely goes. Hit it a little bit with a little bit of low left, come off the rail and can play either or. I prefer to leave the 13 to get to the 10.
Good shot.
He overhit that.
Yeah, he's made the ball though.
Yeah.
Oh, has he got to look at the 11 though? That's the thing. He'll be unlucky if he hasn't.
Oh no, he can make the 11. The thing is he going to run into the 3 to use it as a stopper to slow down the cue ball a bit, or is he going to try to finesse it around it and hit it with the correct speed?
It looks like he's going around it.
Yep.
So
And the reason why I like that shot better is because you end up with more of an angle on the 13. Now this is a tricky shot here. He has to hit it just right to make sure he goes between the 6 and the 7. Oh wow, he overhit it.
He's overhit it. He's overhit
Wow.
it. Well, now it does go, of course, but he's going to have to work that cue ball up across a few times. Onto the first rail, back across and back over again. Might even have to go. Wow, it's tight, isn't it?
Yeah, he called it in the corner. He's going to cut it in and go back and forth a couple of times.
Cue ball. He's going to be moving.
Don't be surprised if he makes it. Oh, did he overhit it? Ooh.
He has overhit it.
Yep. He's not going to be able to see the 8-ball.
Oh dear. Well, he might.
Fortunately, he made a great shot, but he hit it with the wrong speed.
He might have a rail first.
Yeah.
Unlucky not to just carry him into the 2 there, and it'd been perfect on the 8.
Yeah, this is a Mark White special right here.
Yeah, miscue. Yeah, and he didn't have an extension either.
Yeah, he called it off the floor. It was a nice try.
Good
Very
effort.
nice try.
Good effort. Well, that would have made the show real. Unlucky Tim de Ruyter. Oh, look at that. He
Little
almost
body
fell over
English.
into... Good job he didn't fall over into that screen. That's a lot of money, that LED panels.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Well, I want to thank you for clearing up that question that I had for you earlier, Tony. During the first match, there was a huge bang. Almost sounded like an explosion, but I've just found out it was you dropping your wallet.
Boy, if only that were true. It would be all solid gold, wouldn't it? Oh, wow.
Can you believe that from Chang?
Wow, that is completely unexpected.
Well,
Oh, the ball skidded. The ball skidded. They used
did
the
it
ball
skid?
The ball skid on him.
Oh dear, what a time to get a skid. We call it a kick in snooker. It's a... Wow,
Well, you know
look at
Timmy's
this
going
for
to take
a
advantage of
chance.
this.
Oh, and makes the 8 ball. Well,
Yeah, he's happy. He won a rack.
yeah, well done. Was unlucky not to make the 8 on the previous shot, but unlucky skid
The big sigh of relief. Look at it.
on the 2. And I'd love to see that again if we could at some point, because that could be a big turning point. We're going to see Tim break next.
I told him, just be yourself and have fun.
He's a happy
That's what
chappy.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't look like he was having a lot of fun, but now he is. That will settle him right down. And it's his first time competing in front of a crowd on the TV table. He was at the US Open recently, won a couple of matches there, but didn't get to feel the pressure of, you know, the arena, being on live TV.
This is very good for him.
So here we go then.
He told me when I spoke to him before the match, he says, I admit I'm a little nervous. And I said, yeah, but this is good for you. You're only going to get a lot of good for it. Good experience.
Here we go. He's winding up.
And he said he doesn't care about cue ball control. He's just going to smash him as hard as he can.
Wow.
And that he did, and he made a ball.
He did
I
make
mean,
a ball.
He made 2, and he hit him hard. I mean, wait till you see. Let's look at the replay.
Well, there was
Almost lost the ball.
certainly a lot of pop. There was a lot of pop on the cue ball.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing a South African accent. It sounds more South African than the Dutch. Great break. As he finished straight though on this 2 ball. He'd like some angle, but from his expression, I think he's a little bit straight on this.
I mean, all the balls have pockets, including the 4 and the, what's that one by the bottom rail? Is that the 15 near the 14?
It's the 14, yeah, and the 15 together.
So he's okay whichever group he decides to
He's on the
go
10.
with.
In it goes, good
Very
shots. Now then, problem ball out the way.
Now he can use the 10 and the 9, either or, to get on that 15. Did he overhit it? I think he overhit. Nope, he's good. He's perfect.
Good, good. He'll be feeling it. But this is a great opportunity now to get that arm going and settle down.
Mm-hmm.
And if he can do another break like the last one.
Perfect. Now he can use the 14 to get to the 10 and the 10 to the 8. I mean, I would, if possible, I would have preferred to use a 14 to get to the 8 because it's easier to go between the 4 and the 7. It's just going to have to manage this. End up with enough angle on the 10 ball
Wondering would
to
he
come back across to play the 8 in the same pocket as the 10 ball. So right now he wants to go between the 4 and the 7. Is he thinking of shooting the 10 in the side? I wonder why. I'm surprised he wouldn't go in between the 4 and the 7 here.
perhaps he's just thinking position to the.
Oh, he wants to go around that way.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, he had a natural angle to go the other way. He wound up too straight on the 8 ball that way. Because once you come off that rail, that second rail, you're going in a direct line with the 10 in the pocket.
Different folks, different strokes.
Yeah, well, he's just going to have to draw straight back and take a tougher shot on the 8, but I think he's good. Oh, he's great. He's good.
This then to make it 2 in a row. And if he can blast the break like the last one, could be going level very, very soon. Darren Appleton 3-1 up against Abdullah Al Youssef on the next TV table. That's available on Facebook, and all the tables available on tv.kazoo.com. And in it goes. Wow. Another one. He enjoyed that one.
Yeah, he definitely enjoyed
Bit of
it.
emotion.
He was pumped. He was pumped after making that 8 ball.
I thought I was watching Elliot Sanderson for a minute. The screamer.
I don't know. Show his face. Look.
Conrad Musician has gone through against Su Wei 8-3. Su K gone through against Juan Carlos Esposito. Isn't that a song? Oh, that's Despacito, isn't it? So well played, Tim. Referee Dwayne Payne getting the balls ready while we have a look around this glorious arena here in San Juan, and it really has hit home to so many people coming here about how nice this venue is. Darren Appleton, playing on the other table, put a beautiful post about the venue and the tour. Go on to Darren's Facebook page and have a read of it. He'll tell you all you need to know. That's coming from, I think it's fair to say, a player who's pretty outspoken and honest when it comes to opinions.
That's correct.
And he spoke glowingly about this tournament and the venue and everything to do with it.
Even went as far as to say this might be the best venue he's ever played in.
Yeah. So Tim de Ruyter, put your crash helmets on, guys and girls. He's going to whack these. Well, I told you to put your crash helmets on. I think he's just taken out the camera lady.
Yeah, he just elevated. Unfortunately for him, he just elevated it a little too much. See, look how much. Oh.
He got some pop.
Yeah. I tell you what, Mark, they didn't break well there. Look at that little circular formation of the balls there. He's gonna have to really manage this, because once you commit to running out, you have to run out.
Yeah, there's nowhere to hide, is there, in 8-ball, really? Not with these, not the rules that we play, there isn't.
Yeah, if you kill off all your soldiers, I said that in the previous match, with friendly fire, you have no soldiers to defend yourself with at the end of the rack, you're doomed.
You've lost the war.
Yeah, you lost the battle, not the war. Right? Is he going to try to run into the 5? Yep, smart shot. Very smart.
Brilliant.
Because the 3 goes into the corner pocket after shooting the 7. in the side.
Sounds like you've played this game before, Tony.
I love 8-ball.
Any 8-ball titles to your name?
What's that? I won the BCA Open National Grandmasters 8-ball Championship, the pro version, in 2011 in Vegas. Yeah, in the 7-footers.
Wow. That doesn't count, sorry. I don't count 7 foots. I'm joking, of course it counts. Yeah, also owns up the 3 for this corner as well, Tony. So, like a game of chess, moving those pieces around.
Yeah, I mean, if he can shoot the 6 in the side or in the corner for last and shoot the 8 in the opposite side, that might be feasible. But it all depends on how he gets on this 3 and the 2.
Well, not ideal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's in a bit of trouble. I don't think he can escape that 13 there.
I think he can use it though, can't he? Just to hold on to the.
Did he just call? I think he called the 3-ball. I think he's shooting in between them.
Is he?
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it goes. It goes.
Wow.
So that means you'll be able to move the 8-ball. Right?
Oh, that's
What
why.
a shot.
That's why
Very
he's world
nice.
champion. What a shot that is.
Yeah, that was a great shot there.
Terrific shot.
The in-betweener.
Well, there was no Mack truck going through there, Tony. Maybe a little one. Referee, yeah, and very interestingly, having the cue ball cleaned there, because the last time he had a visit to the table, he got that skid on the 2-ball, if you remember. Yeah, and he's playing a touchy little shot there as well. Didn't want that one to skid. Oh, he's gone too far. He's gone too far.
But I'm thinking, why wouldn't you put right spin on that to run into the 13?
Yeah.
That's. I mean, I'm a straight pool player. I'm not saying I'm better than Chang. I'm just saying this is just a common shot. Let's just say it's a common shot in straight pool.
I mean, he's still got a big chance, big favourite to make this still off the rail, but as he's made it, he's made it. Great shot, but he's got still work to do though. Does he shoot it in the side with the big pocket of the 14, or does he take it down the corner, Tony? What's he doing here?
He takes it in the pocket that will avoid the scratch. Because if he shoots it in the left-hand corner, he might go off the 14. Because even if the cue ball goes away from the scratch, he might go off the 14.
Tough shot. And we'll know it's in before he
does.
Wow,
look how good he hit that.
What a shot that is.
Wow.
Well,
hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. Hell of a rack.
Barring the mistake.
He's a little sick at himself.
Barring the mistake on the positional shot, Tony, where he had to play the kick. That was a great run out, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it was. I'm pretty sure Tim probably expected to get back to the table. We're going to go for a timeout. We'll be right back.
back to someone. Chang, JUNG-LIN about to break off, leading 4 racks to 2 after that difficult
It's just
run
every
out.
time he hits off center mark, he fails to make a ball on the break almost every time.
Yeah, and look at those 2 balls again, though.
Yeah.
He's going to have to play a combo if he takes the solids, and that's what he had left before, and I think that's why he's smiling. Look, that's exactly what he had left the last time he came to the table, or one of the last times he
Yeah,
came to the table.
it looks a very similar combination. I mean, if I shot the combination here, I would hit it at speed where the 7 would stop right past the 6 on the long rail, and I would send the cue ball 2 rails to play the 1 on the side. I think that's the safest shot. It's not required to hit the cue ball that hard at all.
He's looking very, very smart at the table.
I think he's going to hit it with some draw.
Don't know what he's saying on his way back to the table, to the chair rather. That will give Chang more confidence, especially after a dry break. But he did have a bit of fortune there, Chang, not to leave something a lot easier than a you know, difficult combo. Well, not difficult, but you know, missable, should I say?
Well, one thing you're going to learn watching 8-ball played on the newer cloth, Mark, and the same thing happened when they had the IPT years ago. Most of the time when these players broke in 8-ball, because the cloth was sliding a lot of times the cue ball wound up near the top rail, and with similar combination shots like that.
Really?
It's actually common in 8-ball. A lot of times
Wow.
you end up having to shoot a long shot because the balls bunch up together in a way that you don't end up with a shot, and some of them will sometimes even freeze in front of the cue ball to where you have no shot at all.
Interesting. I'm learning all the time. 60 years old, still learning, but that's the secret to life, isn't it? Never stop learning.
Very nice speed there.
I want to give you an interesting latest score, and you'll know why when I say it. Landon Hollingsworth, who's a junior, is at the moment playing Daniel Maciel, who was our runner-up yesterday in the 10-ball championships. Landon is actually 4-1 up against Daniel Maciel, yesterday's runner-up.
Oh, Landon is a great player. Even though he's very young, he's a great player. He really impressed me a lot when I watched him play in one of the events last year.
Yeah, he just beat Joey Tate, actually, in the International 9-ball Junior Championship in Virginia just recently. So going well, Landon. Good luck to you, mate. Back to this one, Chang.
He's asking the ref to clean the 6 because he's going to roll it in. He doesn't want to risk having a ball skid on him anymore after that 2-ball.
Yeah, it's on these soft shots, isn't it, where he's worrying about it. You don't often see them when you're playing harder shots. Nice and clean, no chalk on that one. A lovely stroke around the balls, hasn't he? And it goes then. So 5 racks to 2. Now, I know Tim would obviously go into this match believing he can win, and why wouldn't you? You have to. You have to believe you can win every single match.
Absolutely. You can't go. I mean, when someone asks me, you know, who do you think will win between you and this person? Well, I didn't come here to lose. Me. Of course I'm going to say me. That's part of the equation. If you don't believe that you can win, you're really wasting your time coming all the way this far to pay an entry fee and all this jazz to play in the tournament.
Well, it's you know, it's saying it is one thing, believing it is another. Do you truly believe that when you, or should you truly believe it?
I think if you don't believe it, I always have, and I still do. If you don't truly believe it, then again, you're wasting your time. You should do something and get yourself to the point where you actually do believe it.
If you believe, you can achieve.
Yep, that's right. Let's see if Chang hits his ball squarely. Hit it to the side again.
Nothing down.
Look.
Oh, wait a minute,
Look,
Tim.
look.
Wait a minute, Tim. Oh, I wonder if
Wow.
you're getting up. Just go nudge the table. No,
Wow.
of course not.
But you see, he hit it to the side again. He hit it to the side and almost paid for it by not making a ball. It's just got the little last-minute entry there.
I mean,
kick. Wow, he got kicked like 3 times.
That was literally last second. Oh,
He said, "You better go in, man." That's what it looked like. Chang gave it like the death stare. So I'm wondering if the 8 goes in the upper right-hand corner pocket. Obviously, after the 6 is gone, should he decide to go with solids? Because solid is the way to go here. Once you get rid of that 6, you want to make sure that that 8 ball goes. So he might want to end up using the 7 to go 1 or 2 rails to get on the 8 ball towards the end of the rack. So he's going to use a 1 to get to the 6. Now let's see how he ends up getting in the 6. Let's see if he's going to try to get almost straight or end up with an angle. Now the question here is, does he decide to shoot the 7 next because it's easier to get to the 3-4? Or does he go 3 rails and play the 4 and the 3 in the side? I kind of like that better, going 3
round.
rails.
Yeah, he is. How's your pace?
Yeah, it's
Pretty
perfect.
good.
It's perfect. Now he has to get straight on the 3. Needs to get straight on the 3 or close to it to stop the cue ball around there. To use the 7 to get to the 8. How good he hit it, Mark?
Really good. Absolutely perfect.
And over here, he doesn't even need to go 2 rails. He just stops the cue ball there. I mean, with the 7. Shoot the stop shot. He doesn't even need to go 2 rails to the 8. He can. It all depends on the angle he ends up with, but he doesn't need to, really. He has such a natural angle.
Just fabulous stuff.
And again, asking him to clean the cue ball. Very smart.
Yeah, there's no rule that says you can't have the cue ball cleaned. I remember back in 1982, Alex Higgins was playing in the World Championships and he had the ball cleaned nearly every single shot.
Wow.
Because back then kicks were just, well, so frequent. I mean, you know, you were getting 2 or 3 a rack sometimes. They use the bigger nap as well on the cloth, you know, there's actually a nap.
Right. I grew up playing thick nappy cloth on pool tables. That's what they did. This was before Simonis ever came about. Did he overhit that? Maybe a little bit.
Slightly, but it's okay. Yeah, and this new Predator Arcadia cloth, super slick now. Forever developing, innovating. And the main sponsor, of course, for this event, Predator World 8-Ball Championship, and they've got a few of them now.
Oh, as soon as he hit it,
What
I
a
said,
miss.
that's why I said, oh. As soon as he hit it, I said, wait, he might have undercut that ball. And I don't think that one skidded. Let's take a look at it. That did not skid. That did not skid.
No, he
Just undercut it.
Wow, what a chance. And this will give Tim a new lease of life. Now, working out which route he wants to take. What would you do here, Tony? Which way are you going, mate?
I like taking, I actually like taking the 13 now because it's the lowest ball away from the 8. But he felt comfortable doing it that way. That's fine. He just needs to make sure that he decides ahead of time which is going to be the route to get to the 8. Because at 14-9 is an excellent pattern right there, but he just ran into the 9.
Oh, he's run into the 9. He's gone a little bit wrong, but he's okay. Can shoot the
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, I don't think he has a choice. I think he has to shoot the 9 here. And yeah, I mean, it's not that it's the end of the world. The 8 ball isn't at such a place on the table, Mark, where you can go wrong. It's just right by the center of the table. You can pretty much use almost any ball to get on the 8 here. But here, the shot, I think, is to play the 15, the 14, and the 12. But he obviously doesn't feel comfortable with that. So he's probably going to come back for the 15 or the 14. Or actually the 14. No, actually this pattern is better because you're going to use a 14 to get to the 15 in the side. And then play the 8 ball in the corner. Because it leaves you in a direct line towards the 8. So that was very well played. Very well thought out, actually. Nice little draw. Stop shot there. Or come off the rail and go towards the 8.
A little bit weird sat here watching a guy commentating on a guy who we commentate with. I've never had that feeling before.
Very nice, Tim.
And it goes.
You know, despite the fact that Tim's made a couple of mistakes and Chan made some pretty good runouts, he's only down by 2 games.
Yeah. No, it's wide open. It's wide open. I'm wondering when I'm just thinking to myself, I'm wondering when I'm going to get to commentate on you because I've never had the chance yet. You need to get on the TV table,
yeah.
Tony. You need to win a match and then get Shane Van Boning or somebody like that, or Jason Shaw, or
I'm sure
any
it'll
one
happen.
of the big boys.
I'm sure it'll happen at some point.
Let's hope so. Let's give you a few latest scores. As Tim sits there or stands there nodding, psyching himself up. I've just noticed Ernesto Dominguez is actually playing in this tournament. One of the guys responsible for all the great table fitting that goes on here. Still working as hard as ever, Ernesto, father of Oscar, who will be part of the team playing the Mosconi. Referee getting the balls ready. Tim wants to get at him. (5-1) now to Landon Hollingsworth against Daniel Maciel. Must be playing some good stuff over there. Now, do you think we're going to see any 8-packs run this week? Marcus was adamant that there would be. He said 100% there's going to be an 8-pack.
It's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely.
Wow, two so different views there. Maybe it was because that table was breaking differently to this one. Who knows?
If you have...
Oh. Well, he's made a ball again.
Made 2. Oh, no. That's just so brutal. You have a ball like that.
Can you not play the one
can.
ball onto the other?
You can, but if he wanted to choose solids and that stripe stops there and the solids are favorable, more favorable to run, then now the 14 stopped that.
Gotcha.
So let's take a look at the table to see if the stripes are in good. The stripes are in good shape. They're not in bad shape at all.
Yeah.
So he knows if he
shoots.
shoots.
That's why I asked the question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
I think stripes look good, don't they?
Yeah.
He's going to leave it. He's going to play the one inside. That's no problem.
You know, here, what I love about that shot is that he went ahead and shot it so that he's on the correct side of the 14, because it's frozen, you know, to the right side of the pocket, so it makes it easier to get on it. You know, play position, that is. Because now he can use that one. I'm not sure if that's what he wanted to do, but I know he can use a 14 to get to the 10. So he can use the 12 to get to the 8 mark, or he can use the 14 to the 10 to the 8. He can also use a 15, 14, and then 10 ball, and then use a 12 to get to the 9 ball. You see how there's so many different patterns.
There certainly is.
Sometimes there are 3 or 4 ways to run a table, but a lot of times it's a player preference. But me, I'm always obviously looking for the one that's going to minimize the movement of the cue ball the most. So over here, I guess he liked doing the 12, 9, and 10. Nothing wrong with that either.
Get this just off straight, I think.
Yeah, I don't even think he wants to end up with an angle here. I mean, unless he has an angle on the 9. Very little angle. All he has to do is just soft roll it. That's it. Yeah, see, that's kind of, see, he knows he has to land in between. And that's kind of the reason why I kind of like the 9 as the last ball, because you don't have to worry about, you could just shoot a stop shot and you're dead there.
Yeah, and he cut that a bit thin as well,
Yeah.
the 9 ball. Has he gone too far? No, he's okay.
No.
In it goes. So, pulling one back. And we're going to go for a short break, guys. We'll be back soon. So here we are. Tim de Ruyter to break, trailing by just 1 at 5-4. Aloysius Yap in action out on one of the other tables. tv.kazoon.com is the way to watch any of the tables you wish. He's 4-0 up against my friend, Jonas Ottonen, the guy from town.
Let's make sure don't jump the ball off the table. Oh, that time he controlled it. He didn't make a ball.
Yeah, maybe took a bit off. Still got the pop.
Because now he's thinking about making sure that he doesn't jump the cue ball off the table.
There's that cue ball up the other end of the table, like you said, Tony. That happens a lot.
Oh, it happens a lot in 8-ball. And it's frustrating sometimes because you see one group of balls is laying better than the other and you don't have a way to get to it. Sometimes you only have a shot in one group of balls.
So little tester into the side, this 10 ball. And it goes. So Chang looking to get that 2 rack cushion back again. We're racing to 8, remember. Oh, somebody else in a race as well. Landon Hollingsworth has now gone 6-1 up against Daniel Maciel, our finalist from yesterday.
I wonder if he's going to shoot the 12 and then the 11 and use a 9 to get to the 8, or because the 11 doesn't go past the 8, so he has to make sure he plays the 11 in the same pocket. He can also shoot the 9. I mean, shoot the 15 to the 9 and use a 9 to get to the 11. That's not a bad little pattern there.
The cogs in the mind are working. You can almost hear them.
And even if he got like an angle on the 9 where he can trickle it past that 12 and play position for the 12, he can use the 12 to go for the 11 and then the 8. So he has a couple of options here.
Oh,
did he get there?
Yeah,
no, I like that.
That was a nice shot. Played it with lots of check side there. Watch this, lots of left-hand English. Watch that come off that rail, straighten up. Beautiful shot.
So I guess he's going to shoot the 9 in the upper right-hand corner.
Yeah, come short side on the
then
9.
Come back.
Don't think he'll risk going past it, will he, Tony? Or might he? Might he draw between the rail and the 9? I don't mind that either.
He can even put a little draw on hitting rail first if he wanted to. He's going to go the safe route. It's just he has to make sure he doesn't get too straight. Did he get too straight?
Yeah, he's a bit straight.
I mean, the 8 goes in the other corner pocket, but let's see what he ends up doing. He might have a slight angle.
You don't want to draw short side on this one, surely.
Yeah. He might just take the
cut.
Pace. He might just take the cut. See, that's what he's going to do. He's going to take the cut.
That's okay. Yeah, it looks much better from that angle, doesn't it? That's fine. Doesn't look so fine from that angle, though.
Yeah, it looks almost like it almost looks like an impossible cut.
It does.
I don't think he would play position if it didn't go. Just have to watch a 5 ball, cue ball go off the 5 ball towards the side. There you go.
Nice and safely in. So 6-4 now. Gets that 2-rack advantage back once again. Ko Ping Chung has beaten Esteban Robles, one of our sponsors, the CEO of Alpha Coin, of course. Yes. He's beaten Esteban 8-0, unfortunately for Esteban. Well, go and get some work done, Esteban. Your namesake, no relation, of course. Jani Uski from Finland is in a good position.
We're going for a break and we'll be right back.
Yeah, we are back. The players aren't back yet. They've just gone out for a little bit of a break. So let's just go around the room like I was doing to Dimitri Jungo from Switzerland is in action against Alok Kumar, and he's taken a 3-2 lead. Jonas Ottener's pulled one back against Aloysius Yap. He now trails 4-1. Gorst is coming up in action at 5 p.m. We've got matches 5 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m. today. Jesus Atencio is going to kick off soon as well against Eklund Kachi. That's a big match. Feder Gorst.
Feder Gorst is against Alejandro Carvajal. I can't remember which Spanish country he's from, but he's one hell of a player.
And I'll tell you who else is coming up who's one hell of a player as well. Tony Robles is in action against Eric Gonzalez
Velasquez. Eric Gonzalez
Velasquez. Thanks for that. So both players are back. The balls are ready. Chang to break. 6-4 ahead. Race to 8.
Lost the cue ball again.
Big hit.
Every single time.
No balls down. Tim's out of his chair again. And this time, rightly so, no last minute entry for Chang.
I think Tim ran out of his chair when he saw he was up at the table.
Well, he was back at the table before the balls had stopped rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Team Netherlands on his back. He's been national champion, junior national champion as well. Having a look around. What do I want? Where do I start? Where do I finish?
He's just trying to assess the table to figure out which is an easier group of balls, the solids or the stripes.
Holding it for the 15. That's the ball to get out the way, and then all the rest of the work is down the other end of the table.
Yeah, the tricky part here is going to be the 12. Might be able to use the 11 ball to get to the 12 ball. Did he get there? Did he overhit that? He overhit that. I think he was playing the 13. Now he might have to use the 11 now. Now the question is, can he hit? Oh yeah, he can still make the 11. Just can he run into the 5 ball and stop it there? It's going to run into the 4 ball.
Yeah, he doesn't want to tie it up though with the 2 ball.
He hit it thin enough just so he can hit the 5 full and stop it around there. There you go. Did he get it? He might be able to make it.
He's on the 10, I think, as well, even if he's not on that one, but he is.
I mean, at this point, he can use the 10 to get to the 9 ball, and then use the 9 ball to get to the 13, and then use that to get to the 12. But if he can shoot the 12 now, I like that shot better because it's just in a trouble area.
Oh, he's missed it, has he? Oh.
Let me see. Let me see. Okay, he didn't panic. So now if you get straight on the 9 here, Mark, from the 10, it'll be a lot easier to go from the 10 to the 13 to the 8 in the side. See, he didn't exactly draw it as much as he wanted to there.
He could nudge though, can't he, into the 8 ball? He's playing the one in the side, obviously. Well, referee Dwayne Payne being called into action a lot in this match ever since that first skid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he tried to get a little straighter on that 9 ball because even though he can shoot the 13 in the side, it's kind of pointless because you can't really get on the 9 ball.
He might scratch off the back of the 7 as well to think about there. So just a little nudge into the 8 off of this 9. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he overcut it. He overcut
Maybe
it.
his attention was drawn to the cue ball. Took his eye off the pot, maybe.
An unfortunate miss for Tim.
So Chang-LIN with a chance to get on the hill. Unexpected chance as well, I'm sure,
Yeah.
he thinks.
Well, that was a very smart shot because what he did is he came back for the 4 to open the pocket.
I think that's actually the perfect word to sum this performance up from Chang. Smart, because he really does make some great choices, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You can tell why he's reigning champion. Knows his way around the 8-ball game. So the last ball down this end, and then all the rest of the work at the other end of the table.
I mean, I would have preferred to leave one of the balls by the bottom of the table where he's shooting from now for last, because it's easier to get on the 8. But this is he's going to have to be a little precise with cue ball control here, because I don't think the 3 goes past the 9. So he's going to probably end up getting on the 1 ball or the 6 ball.
Perfect on the 1.
It's a little tricky because he can get out of line on the not out of line. He can get behind the 9 ball if he's not careful trying to get to the 6. Very nice. I love that shot.
Gorgeous shot.
Now when he shoots a 3, he can go 2 rails on the 6 for the 8. Maybe he didn't be able to go 1 rail. I like going 2 rails here though, but a lot of players prefer going 1 rail.
Draw with a better left.
Yeah, I like hitting this with a little bit of low left to go around. That way I get straighter on the 8 ball and don't have to worry about potentially running into the 9 ball, just like that.
Yeah, this is perfect on the 8 to go on the hill for Chang. In it goes. Tim, little shake of the head there, realises he had a good opportunity
To bring it within 1, yeah.
in that particular rack, yeah. That 9 ball that he overcut, maybe just took his eyes off it, glanced towards the 8 ball, maybe. It does happen, doesn't it? However hard we try to stop ourselves doing it, we still do it. Well, Darren Appleton is firing on all cylinders. Yap now 5-1 up against Jonas Ottonen. And I'm being wound up here by Marcus Shamat and Jim White, our other 2 commentators, who they're gloating. They're off to lunch. Their match is already finished. Darren Appleton winning 8-4 against Abdullah Al Youssef. Well, this one could end with the same scoreline if Chang can break here, make a ball and get a nice layout. Could be 8-4 here as well very, very shortly. We might be on our way to lunch also.
How could you think of food at a time like this? Which film is that from?
Oh, Goodfellas?
No.
I don't know.
Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
Well, that's why, because I don't watch rubbish like that.
It's not rubbish.
Do you know I've never watched one sci-fi movie in my life? I've not seen Star Wars, I've not seen that, I've not seen any Harry Potters. I've seen nothing like that. I
My
like
condolences,
reality.
I feel sorry for you.
I'm fine, I'll survive, thank you very much. Yeah, look at that little cluster over there. Tim just pointing at them.
And where's the cue ball?
Well, yeah. remember in my commentary I said to Marcus, he said it's virtually impossible not to leave a ball, you know, from the break.
I mean, obviously, if you
What
wow,
a
very
shot.
nice shot.
What
Good
a
shot,
shot
Tim.
that is.
Wow, what a great shot. And the question is, does he have enough angle to run into those? He might be able to, Mark, because if he does, he has a 12 ball in the side pocket as an insurance ball.
He's thinking of it,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, look. Nice little insurance ball, just in case. That was a very nice shot. Very well executed there.
Unfortunately, the 11 doesn't go now.
Yeah, but he can play 11 in the opposite pocket now. He might have, assuming he has a correct angle on the 15. Yeah, he does. Little inside spin. Oh, he decided to go to the corner. Nothing wrong with that.
He's just cracked one in the other one.
Needs to make sure that he leaves just enough angle on the 9 so he can come one rail for the 14. You overhit that a bit. Might have too much angle on the 12.
He's under a bit of pressure now, though, isn't he? He knows if he misses now, with Chang on the hill.
Did he get there? Nope, he did not. Not for the 14, at least.
You have to play the 9 ball.
I might even try running into the 8 so that I can put him by the long rail and then stop the cue ball there for the 14.
Yeah. Asking for the cue ball to be cleaned. I think that might be more to do with wanting to settle himself down. I mean, that's a really awkward place for the referee to get his little black gadget out and clean it. Need steady fingers. Dwayne Payne is the man for the job right there.
Start the clock, please.
Well played, referee.
So let's see if he can get past the 8 and play the 14 in the same pocket, or he's going to try to move the 8 to the long rail and stop the cue ball there. Move it to the, not too hard, because then the 5 is going to block it. Okay, he's good. Very nice shot, very well executed.
Yeah, he's giving a puff of the cheeks there. He was a little bit worried, heart in mouth moment. 2 big shots to come. There's one of them. Don't go. Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, he's just upset at himself that he even came near that 4.
No, he keeps it alive. It's now 8 racks to 4. And we're going to go for a very, very short break, and we'll be back with the conclusion of this match. And we're back. We told you it would be a very, very short one. Referee almost ready with the balls. And we're ready to see if that man sat there, RUYTER from Holland, from the Netherlands, to see if he can break those balls hard enough to make a ball, but not too hard that it goes off the table like it did once before.
Yes. Tim is a very emotional player, and he tries to pump himself up and to calm himself down. It's his way of calming himself down.
Big
Wow,
break.
hit that so good But watch how the cue ball wound up, Mark.
Again. Obviously, the more balls, the more
pushback.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why you see the cue ball go back further on the break with the 15-ball rack as opposed to a 10-ball rack, because you have more weight pushing the cue ball back. So it makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the dynamics of the rack. If you set up a rack of 9-ball, the 2 balls behind the 1 always hit by the first dime when you break in 9-ball, but when you break in 10 and 8-ball, they're going towards the side pocket.
Yeah, that's the 2 wing balls, isn't it, in 10-ball, the 2 behind the 1.
And an 8-ball. So now he needs to figure out a way to get rid of that 12-ball as soon as humanly possible. And right now might be the time. He's going to have to hit it good. Because he has a little traffic there. Did he get it?
Well, he did, but it's gone a little bit awry.
Yeah, but he might be okay here, Mark, because he might be able to play a defensive shot where he can come off the 13 and try to freeze a cube on the 12, leaving Chang with no shot.
Are we going to see our first safety shot?
It could.
I haven't seen one yet.
If he sees it, because he's thinking run.
He's thinking, I'm taking this 9 on. This is a huge, huge shot in this match.
Very nice.
What a
very
great
nice
shot that is. Well played, Tim de Ruyter.
Good shot. Very nice.
Oh, so much pressure on that. He knows one mistake now could cost him the match.
Yeah. I'm wondering if he's thinking about going 2 rails and running into it and while playing position. I'm going to be curious as to how that's what he's trying to do. Nope.
He's okay.
Well, does a 12 go?
Yeah.
I'm saying, does it go if he shoots a 13 and tries to get to that side? I don't know.
I was just wondering if he could draw into it, but he can't. Or can he?
Very nice. Did he overhit it? Nope. Tim is saying, like, is he allowed to do that? To see if it goes.
Stop the clock, please.
Referee Dwayne Payne's going to need a new gadget if he has to keep getting it out that often. He's certainly being overworked, isn't he?
Yeah, he just looked at me. He just looked right at me and smiled.
Well, this to move within 1, and he'll be breaking to go heel.
Very, very nice out right there, considering that tough long 9-ball that he had to make to get perfect position on the 14.
Yeah, that really was a brave shot, especially with your opponent on the hill. Now Chang will be wondering, am I going to get back to the table? Because if he can break and run 2 here, which he's very, very capable of doing, obviously, he can beat that man sat there.
He's probably looking at Tim as like, you know how you have those gnats that fly, you can't get rid of, they keep flying in front of your face, or those mosquitoes. I say, what do I got to do to get rid of this guy?
He always reminds me of a bit of a mosquito, little Tim. There's the crowd enjoying this match. Nice to see the Puerto Ricans coming out. If you're in the Puerto Rico area, San Juan area, or even if you're in San Sebastian, it's only a couple of hours by car. Get yourselves down here, guys. All the top players in the world are here. And
Tim about to break.
if you can't get here, tv.kazoom.com.
And on Facebook as well, Pro Billiard Series page. Would you happen to know the score with Jesus Atencio and Eklund Kachi? Because they're still playing there in the background.
They've only just started, mate.
Uh-oh. Look at the 2-ball. Look at the 2-ball. 2-ball crept in there.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say he's feeling the nerves now. I wouldn't even be able to hold a cue. I honestly wouldn't.
That's Gino.
Oh, look, who's a very, very proud brother stood there. I went up and asked him before, because I didn't want to disturb Tim. I asked Gino about any of the, titles that his brothers won, and he sort of went all smiley and proud, and as he reeled off the list of stuff that he's won. Gino, great guy. He's one of the main people responsible for organising this event, him and Bonnie Deitch, who do some great work. Thanks, guys, to you as well. And that's a nice shot from Tim. Well, his brother has come down to watch. He should be working.
Yeah. I'm assuming Tim is his baby brother.
He is, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I would have. I might have considered banking the 10-ball and choose the stripes as opposed to the solids.
Well, we've seen our first safety shot of the match.
Yeah, this is going to be a long rack. Remember, Chang is a great banker, so if he does decide to run this out, eventually he'll end up banking that 9-ball. And remember, we were talking about how smart of a player Chang is? He not only tried to hide the cue ball from the 5-1, he tried to stop that 11 in front of that 3, so he literally has no access to any one of his solids. That would have been a super strong shot, forcing him to kick.
Yeah, and of course you have to hit a route. Every shot, a ball must hit a route after you've made contact with the object ball. What's he calling, or is he playing safe?
Yeah, that's a good thing. No, you don't want to leave it there, Tim. He's complaining about leaving it by the pocket. You don't want to do that, because if you do that, Chang is just going to pocket your ball and then leave his ball in front of the pocket, blocking you or preventing you from making the 1-5 combo.
Well, I'm getting a lesson here in 8-ball, as you guys are at home as well. And I hope you won't mind me saying this, Tony, that Tony Robles is one of the best coaches I know. There's not a lot he doesn't know about most games. 14-1, 8-ball, 9-ball, 8-ball, 10-ball, you name it, he knows it. And I think I can safely say, give him a contact.
I don't know one pocket. I never play one pocket.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about one pocket. You concentrate on the rotation games, mate.
So let's see if he's going to shoot the 9-ball. Remember I told you he's eventually going to get rid of that 9-ball. He's a great bank shot shooter.
Yeah, that was your words. And in it goes.
See, and watch what he did here. Drew it back just to make sure he got rid of those 2. So he's getting rid of Group A to move on to Group B.
Less travel for the cue ball.
That's correct.
No,
so now what he's going to do is he's going to end up using the 10 to shoot the 14 in the lower right-hand corner pocket.
Again. Cleaning the cue ball. Maybe there's a bit of moisture in the air today. I don't know. Maybe, making the chalk cling to the ball.
Could be. Definitely a possibility. Look how well he hit that.
What a shot that is. Absolutely pinpoint perfect, I think, isn't it? No,
well,
maybe
I think
not
he might
from
have
the
a
grimace.
hair of an angle, and if he does have a hair of an angle, I don't know if he can avoid running into that 5 ball.
Well, if he has, I think maybe draw into the green, the 14.
No, that's the shot you want to do. What you don't want to do is you don't want to draw into the 1 or the 5.
No.
Little touch. Okay, so he was able to avoid the 5. Nice touch. This might be it here. This might be your lunchtime for you, Mark.
Well, there was a long 9 ball smashed into the opposite corner pocket by Tim de Ruyter earlier in this match, a couple of racks ago. And 14 rolled in. The other rail. Here we go. Tim sitting there hoping. Oh, he's digging down. No, he's not. Changed his mind. So, a medium length 8 ball for the reigning 8 ball champion to continue on the winner's side in this year's tournament. Here we go. In it goes, and Chang beats a very, well, he battled hard, didn't he?
He
Tim
sure
de
did.
Ruyter, you done yourself proud, my friend. 8-6. Chang goes on. We go for lunch. We'll be back very, very soon at 5 p.m. See you guys.